Hey guys, welcome back to the Magnet Minute, brought to you by Magnet Labs. My name is Amy and I'm your host. We all know social media is a must when we're planning our digital marketing strategy, but you can't just roll into it with that reasoning and not plan each platform that you decide to join and why you're going to be there. Let's join Facebook, let's join Twitter, let's join Google+, let's join LinkedIn, let's join Instagram, whatever's cool, we gotta be there. I don't know why, we just gotta do it. As easy as that might be for you to rationalize, it really doesn't work that way. All of these different platforms, all of these different social networks, they serve a different purpose, which is why so many of them are so successful, because they can compete with other networks. Take Facebook, for example. It may be the biggest social network in the world, big enough to be its own country with how many users are on it, but that doesn't mean that your audience is definitely there. Brand engagement on Facebook tends to be much more heavy on the business to consumer side. Since pages can't interact with personal accounts, there's a lot of encouragement for brands to share fun and interesting and easy to engage content, which ends up being a lot more shareable and gets brands in front of more consumers. Pictures are by far the most shared thing on Facebook because they take up so much room in the newsfeed, they grab so much attention, so really anything you want to talk about on Facebook, you should always be attaching a picture because you're much more likely to get your point across. Twitter, on the other hand, is heavily reliant on text. Whatever you say in that 140 character tweet is going to be reliant on whether somebody decides to click your link or your hashtag, whichever you may have attached with the text. But here, all accounts can interact. So there are a lot of brands that interact with consumers on Twitter, but there still is a much bigger interaction between business to business because there are so many professionals using Twitter as a quick way to communicate and learn from each other. It's really, truly a news feed. Engagement received is only received if you've given it away. So really the best way to go with Twitter is to take advantage of the fact that you can interact with your audience. There are no restrictions there like there are on Facebook, and engage like crazy. Talk to people about what's happening in their lives. Respond to tweets. Don't just think they're gonna come flocking after your activity. You have to start the conversation or join one that already exists. Photos and multimedia are definitely doing well on Twitter. It's the copy that starts it though, and that's what leads somebody to click to see a video or a photo. Even Instagram, whose API was taken away from Twitter, where you could easily see an Instagram photo in the feed before, now you have to click to the Instagram site to see it. People are still doing that in heavy traffic. People want to see the Instagram photo. If you said something that is intriguing, they're gonna click and go look at it. You're probably wondering, where does Google Plus fit into all this? Well, very good question. It's still a very super user network, but there are a lot of people on it. Why? Because a lot of people have Google products and they automatically are given a Google Plus account once they have a Google product. So the amount of active users though are very super user. You can have a very strong presence there if your audience is there. For instance, Guy Kawasaki, his audience is a ton of super users. Therefore, he does awesome on Google+. So it's really about getting that research in and seeing, are people interacting there that fit who your audience is, and should you be joining them? There's certainly a lot of advantages with LinkedIn because it is the professional social network. It's especially B2B and especially for people looking for a job. There's a lot of activity happening there. What's really important about LinkedIn is that you share your knowledge. Nobody's gonna pay any attention to you unless you make the effort to do that. Aside from having a killer profile page, definitely join groups, niche groups, people that you wanna start building relationships with, where they're asking questions, give them some answers. Share your latest blog post on your profile. Let your connections see what you're up to in your blog or in your social activity, in your professional life. Keep in mind, it's a very professional network, so if you're gearing your content toward professionals, then it's going to be an even stronger place for you to be. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to this channel because I make videos for the Magnet Minute every week on Wednesdays, and tweet with me at Schmatastic and at Magnet Media Inc. so we can talk about this a little bit further. I would love to know your thoughts. See you next time on the Magnet Minute. For more great tips and resources, make sure you sign up for the weekly newsletter. It's in the Resource Center at magnetmediafilms.com/subscribe.